Lads, I have no doubt over the next 5 years you'll be the top contenders for this Liam McCarthy Cup. I wish each and every one of you the very best of luck in your club careers and county careers. Hip hip for Tipperary. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. And lastly,
a lovely, thoughtful speech by Michael Fennelly.
We done it in 2007. We done the 3-0 in 2008.
The final score is Kilkenny 2 goals and 22 points. Tipperary 23 points.
And so then Kilkenny, of course, are the All-Ireland champions of 2009, the 4 in a row, and don't tell me they won't be back in 12 months' time to try and make that the famous 5. Joe Canning, Michael Dragon in the commentary box. Tomas McCahey, Gerlach Nan, Cyril Farr with me here in the studio as we see the Kilkenny players finally making their way up to the Hogan stand after the aborted attempt to present the cup on the pitch. I suppose, Tomas McCahey, you'll have to say that this was the way to win a 4 in a row, to win it like champions. Nothing was easy out there today. They were 3 points down with not too many minutes left in that match, and they still come out and win it.
Yeah, and Michael, the thing was there was no panic there, and even on the sideline as well. They made the substitutions, bringing in Martin Comfort. We kind of maybe felt that he'd come in a small bit earlier, but they stood up to everything that Kilkenny or Tipperary threw at them today, you know. And maybe 2 defining moments in that game, certainly for me, was the sending off of Benny Dunn. It was a correct decision by the referee, but I'd like to see it again. What was going on before the Benny Dunn decided to strike out with the hurling, and the second one was the penalty decision. And I think if we see that again, Michael, as well, Richie Power, okay, there's no doubt he was being fouled, but was he outside the square when he was fouled? Because I mean that was a crucial decision. And we said before the match, the other third thing was that if Tipperary were going to win today, they needed to get goals. They had 2 glorious goal-scoring opportunities which they failed to take. When they had the game, they had Kilkenny at 6s and 7s in that second half period, and they didn't convert those 2 chances, which would have won the match for them.
Jonathan.
Well, I suppose the first thing we should say, Michael, is that we're all privileged to be here today.
Yes.
You know, to witness such an epic game. When did we see an All-Ireland like this, you know, and to see this Kilkenny team at that glorious best, when they were really tested, 3 points down with 10 minutes to go, everything seemingly going against them, even though they had the 15 against 14. So the first thing we should say is congratulations to Kilkenny. I don't think we'll, you know, probably they'll be back here again next year, we'll be saying the same thing again. But just the contest, you know, just to be here and to feel the atmosphere, the tension that was there, the goal-mouth incidents, the brilliant individual displays, the kind of tackling that went in all over the field, the hard effort from Tipperary. Tipperary were just brilliant. They played to the absolute limit of their potential today. 2 strokes of genius won the game. Martin Comerford coming in, laying on for one of the goals, scoring the other. That'll tell you about Kilkenny. We bring in a man, he wins the All-Ireland for them. But the All-Ireland was won, of course, by everybody that played today, by their work rate, by their drive, by their appetite, by their absolute failure to give in and failure to concede defeat. But Tip lost nothing in defeat either. They lost the game. I know there'll be a lot of complaints about the referee. You'll hear that over the next few days. But nothing should take from Kilkenny's victory today and for their epic deed in winning 4 in a row.
No, there shouldn't. I suppose for my money, Cyril Farr, the referee, did his very, very best. And was a real Titanic match, a real helter-skelter game.
Yeah, which is the first time we saw Kilkenny put to the pin of their collar, and as the boys said there, Tip threw everything at them, and we're on top for a lot of stages. But typical Kilkenny, even in the first half, Michael, I felt it hung in, went in at half time, 2 points up, and not played really well. And in the second half, for the first 20 minutes or 25 of it, they were again being out-hurled, but then eventually they started coming. One important point I make, the boys are right, like Benny Dunn did hit Tommy Welsh, you know, for whatever reason. But the point I make is Tommy Welsh got up as quick as he could. He wasn't hoping to get to Benny Dunn's up, but had a big effect in the game. And again, like typical Kilkenny, they did the wise things and the right things. And it'll be interesting at Christmas time. I believe Cody Bryan is bringing out a book, so they'll be all reading how to be successful with this guru.
It's a bestseller.
I was just going to say he's got a good chapter for the book now. And in actual fact, we're going to hear the thoughts of the Kilkenny manager Brian Cody. He's with Marty Morrissey.
Thank you very much, Michael. First of all, Brian Cody, congratulations. A historic 4 in a row. What are you thinking?
Just, you know, it's just not 4 in a row right now. It's just a game, you know. We've won the game, a phenomenal game, I'd say it was. We had a fierce, tough game out there, obviously, you know, and we were put to the pin of our collar several times, you know. Tipperary asked so many questions of us right through the game. But you know, I've always said that the team is built on spirit, you know, and the spirit brings you just about anywhere you have to go, really, you know. And our spirit was tested to the limits there, but it came shining through, I think, you know. It's the fact that we just never gave up, you know. What we've been trying to do was difficult, you know. It's difficult to win 1, to win 2, madness to win 3, but to try and come back and do it again is just, should be impossible, really, you know. And you can't do it with just skill, or you can't do it with just kind of a decent panel. If you don't have the thing that binds the whole thing together absolutely intact, it'll fall apart when push comes to shove, and push came to shove so many times there today. But just the sheer character and spirit of the players right through the field, fellas who started, fellas who came on and didn't start and played a massive role, and you know, just about everybody, and lads in the dressing room pushing the fellas who were playing, and it's just a terrific thing to be part of, you know. And I'm just massively proud of the players and the panel and everybody concerned today.
With 6 or 7 minutes to go, it looked like this All-Ireland was going to Tipperary. What were your thoughts at that precise moment in time? Did you ever doubt that your team would respond?
I never doubted that the team would stop fighting and had the ability to still come back and come into a game. You know, we weren't flowing at times, you know, but something similar to the first half. We went in at half time 2 points ahead. You know, and the general feeling was maybe Tip were going very, very well, which they were, but we still were 2 points ahead at half time, and whatever we finished ahead, 5 points or 4 or 5 points at full time. But it's just a question of staying going, you know. The one time we keep saying it, the scoreboard matters only once in the whole game, and that's when the very final whistle blows. You could be 10 points up, you could be 10 points down, but that doesn't influence your thinking or your approach to the whole thing. It didn't influence our lads' thinking or approach. And again, you have just, you know, phenomenal spirit and leaders in the whole thing, you know. And I don't want to start naming individuals, but just to shine from all different angles, you know. We had a cornerback scoring a point there from whatever 90 yards at one stage. We had Tommy Welch grabbing the ball, this guy Henry stood up to a penalty, the toughest penalty he was ever going to face in his life, you know, everything riding on it. He just buried it, you know. And
was it a penalty, Brian, do you think?
Well, Dermot Kerwin certainly gave a penalty. I mean, if you want to start wondering about all of the frees in the course of the game, you'll have a fairly busy time. Did you think yourself it was a penalty, Marty?
Well, I wasn't too sure, but it just seemed a little bit dodgy in the replay.
I have no idea, Marty. Did you check all the other frees as well to see were they dodgy also? Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
In terms of the referee, were you pleased overall? I'm sure you are now, considering you've won the All-Ireland, but did you think he allowed a lot to go?
Oh, Marty, please give me a break. The referee, we're supposed to say nothing about referees. I make a habit of saying absolutely nothing about referees. Dermot McCurvin, I'm certain in my head was going out to be the very best he possibly could be. You seem to have had a problem with him. You tell me.
No, I had no problem with him, but it's obviously a point of debate after the game. In terms of
I can't understand, Marty, how this discussion with me is turning into a debate about a referee. You have started off about the 4 in a row. Now you want to talk about a referee. It sounds a bit silly.
No, well, it's a talking point. The point is, and this is the most important thing, Brian Cody, is you've won the All-Ireland for the 4th year in a row, and nothing should come away or take away from that.
Well, I was taking nothing from Marty for certain except a sheer pride and absolute joy.
And we're all sharing that joy and success. Well done, Brian Cody.
Thank you very much, Marty.
Yeah, Brian Cody interviewed there by Marty Morrissey. Don't know if will Marty be buying the book after that, but anyway.
We'll get a free one. Right.
Will somebody please pick up Marty off the floor there?
Jared, that reminded me of your work. Best.
Time for another short break, more match reaction and analysis to come.